Dennis Wrigley Ministries, a better way, unity, renewal and healing.
The dominant characteristic of Jesus is love. His life is saturated with love. He teaches his followers to love. He empowers his followers to love. And the imprint of his love is on all human history. Because God is love. And Christ, his Son, shows that love tangibly in human terms. Let's just remind ourselves exactly of what he taught his followers. He says, "A new command I give to you, that you love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another." And he says, this love will be recognized in the lives of my followers. He says, "By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another." And then he spells this out. He says, "As the Father loves me, so I love you. Remain in my love. If anyone loves me," says Jesus, "he will obey my teaching." Now, this is reflected right through the New Testament, right through the great letters. And we find, for example, in Romans, this admonition: love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to its neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. And then we read in Ephesians, live a life of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. And again, in Romans, it's emphasized, love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. And then we have those remarkable historic words from the first letter to Corinthians. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. And again in 1 Corinthians, if I have not loved, I am nothing. We love for a purpose. We're called to love our enemies. We can't do it without the Spirit of God in us. We're called to love the stranger. There's always a consequence of love. Now, if I love the hungry, I will feed them. If I love the sick, I will help them. If I love the bereaved, I will comfort them. If I love the persecuted, I will speak out for them. If I love those who are cast down, I will raise them up. If I love my enemies, I will forgive them. If I love Jesus, I will follow him. Where will he take me? He'll take me to the hurting, the bruised, the wounded. He'll take me into the place of horror. He'll take me into the place of desolation. But he won't leave me there. The message of Jesus is, I am with you. So love can be dangerous, because when we love a person, we feel their pain, their sorrow, their need. This dangerous love is at the heart of the gospel. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son to die for you and for me. The church has within it the dynamic of love. We must teach one another how to love. We must encourage one another in our loving and our loving service. But we must recognize that the ability to love, the ability to forgive, is given to us by God's Spirit. So we ask for the Spirit of God to come into our cold hearts and make them warm. We ask for the Spirit of God to empower us to do those things which before were impossible. Our calling is to open up the floodgates of love to an unloving world. This is a call that the young especially can grasp, I believe, from my experience working with them. We're talking about real love, not the tawdry love which is sold in our culture. We're talking about the love which goes the second mile, the love which carries the burden of those around us, the love which reaches out to encourage and comfort and strengthen. And this is the imperative of the gospel. There's an urgency. And I believe God says to us still today, how much do you love me? And when we turn and see that broken figure on the cross, what do we see? Defeat? Desolation? No. I believe we see the ultimate victory of love. Even before the resurrection, there is love, wider and broader than anything we've ever seen anywhere in human history. The love of God manifest in the one who has died for you and for me. May God bless you.
Dennis Wrigley Ministries, a better way, unity, renewal and healing. Thank you for watching.